Good day, other full sailors. My name is Chase Michael Fisher. I am here to talk today about the expressions review for a personal screencast. I understand that we're supposed to cover a few different topics, most notably, what do you think of programming in source code? What did we find most difficult this week? And then finally, some sort of personal anecdote. For how I feel about programming in source code, I find it enjoyable, but at the same time, it can be extremely frustrating. As someone who already does his own HTML, CSS, these are simpler aspects of coding and aren't real true coding. But source code in programming is a lot of fun, and it gives you the opportunity to build something that's actually going to appear useful and perform a task, which is really nice. Especially for individuals like me who are useless at math, it's nice to be able to write your own miniature programs that can solve what should be basic math equations for any sane or normal person, but are more difficult for people like me who just despise math. That being said, there's a lot that people need to pay attention to when it comes to programming, and this kind of falls into the what I found most difficult, what I find and found most difficult, and that's when you try to just write code without either having an outline or architecture prior, or you don't use comments during your coding. You make the world so much harder for yourself and for anybody else who may try to pick up your code later. So I always suggest use this. Make an outline, make an architecture of your code, and then use comments. I know there's many people with elitist mindsets that say, no, I don't want any orphans, and that's excess code or things that don't actually belong, that don't help your programming. Unless you're working solely on your own and you're never going to make a program or use anything that anyone else will use, you can then fine do that. But unless that's you, you should probably use comments and architecture in order to make your code more sound. This way, one, it's more efficient, and then two, you can actually come back to it, 10 minutes after a coffee break and still know what you were writing. This is usually a pretty good idea. Personally, right now, I'm actually working with a few different programmers on a project for a video game. We're trying to write a mini application to make the game a little bit more fun for us. And well, when we first went about it, not all of us commented in our own code, nor did we use many of the same terms, variables, and expressions. So when it came time for me, yours truly, to put it all together, it's been a bit of, well, not fun. So we've had to go back to the drawing board and come up with new terms and actually comment our own code to make it work. But that's actually part of the fun of learning. Thank you, fellow full sailors. This has been the Expressions Review. You all have a safe day.